Well, happy day, friend. It is good to be with you again. This is Pastor Nat with your 5 minutes in the Bible to help you win the day. Whatever it is you're going through today, there is a way to push through it with excellence. So to help you do that, we are going to talk about resting in God's grace. One of my least favorite days of the month is the 5th. The 5th means that my mortgage is due. Each month, I make my payment only to have to do it again the next month. It's honestly kind of depressing. But I recognize I got myself into this mess, but it's a necessary expense. Sometimes, though, I wish and I pray that someone would come through and just pay off my mortgage. But I recognize that's just wishful thinking. But did you know that each one of us starts off in this world with our own debt? It's true, and it's unfortunately a sin debt. The problem is, we can never pay it off. It has to be paid off by someone else. But there is good news. Once that person does pay it off, we are debt-free forever. The 5th won't come back. What do I mean? Well, listen to the writer of Hebrews in Hebrews chapter 10. For it is not possible for the blood of bulls and goats to take away sins. That is why when Christ came into this world, he said to God, "You did not want animal sacrifices or sin offerings, but you have given me a body to offer. You were not pleased with burnt offerings or other offerings for sin." And then I said, "Look, I have come to do your will, O God, as is written about me in the Scriptures. For God's will was for us to be made holy by the sacrifice of the body of Jesus Christ once and for all time." A passage like this kind of sounds weird to us today, but for over 1,000 years, the Old Testament priests would sacrifice animals to cover the sins of the people. But the problem was, it had no saving power. It was symbolic of an inward reality to be made real through the saving one, Jesus Christ. Though the majority of people today aren't sacrificing animals, people are still playing the game of religion. They say their prayers. They give away money. They serve in charitable organizations. They volunteer. Some people attend worship services and other activities to look pleasing to God. The problem is, it never works. It's never enough. So what's the solution? To rest in the grace of God. To rest in the final sacrifice of Jesus Christ. You see, that's why my challenge for you today is to stop. Just stop playing the game of religion. Now, notice what I didn't say. I didn't say stop obeying Jesus. James said that faith without works is dead. So we need to be obedient children out of love when we're saved. That's true. But we have to stop banking on our actions to save us or to keep us saved. That's not how it works. I would really like to hear from you today. How has this been a struggle in your life? How have you slowly began to play the game of religion when you've been saved by grace? I know I struggle with this all the time. So please comment below on how you've tried performing for God's love, but also how knowing that Jesus' sacrifice paid it all. How does that change your view of how you live today? Jesus came and died to provide us a way to God freely by grace through faith. So today, stop playing the game of religion. Stop performing for God's love. Instead, rest in God's grace. Because when you do, you will not perform for God's love, you perform from it. The difference is life-changing and life-giving. And now that we know this, friend, together, let's go and win the day.